Hello viewers and welcome to a new STM32 World video. In this video we are going to continue on the video I released last week, I think it was, about using the built-in flash. So stick around to the end and you will learn how this should be done, because in my last video I made a couple of mistakes. So these mistakes happen because, as I have mentioned many times in this video series, I don't script this. Mistakes happen and I try to fix those mistakes later. As usual, if you like this video, please help the channel by liking and subscribing down below. I also love to receive comments, so please comment on the video. Read the description. There will be links to various other videos and description on the STM32 World Wiki. So check the description down below and do like and subscribe, please. Now, in the last video, I used the flash to store some data, and just a quick recap on that. I used the STM32 L432KC MCU for this, and the reason why I used that was that one has pages of 2 kilo all the way. A lot of the F4 series will have different sizes. If you look at the F4, if we look at the F4-5, for example, they have really big sectors, so that is harder to work with if you want to, because you need to erase a sector at the time. So in this video, I will be using the L432 and pretty much the same setup I had the last time. So let's look at the setup. And basically, in the last video, I changed the linker script here, and I added a storage section which is at 803C000, and I have 16 kilobyte of storage there, which will then be divided into 2 kilos, so eight sectors, 8 pages we have there. So that is about it. Now, in the last video, I basically updated a value in the flash every I think it was 10 seconds. It doesn't matter. That is of course not very clever, because they have a limited number of writes you can do on these chips. So in this video I have changed it slightly. What I'm doing in this video is that I have two variables that I define up in the start of the main. Here I have a boot count, which I put at the beginning of flash storage. Now, flash storage is basically defined in here as the flash storage address, which is the 803C000, and I put a variable that I call boot count. So 4 byte in the beginning of that is my boot count, and I also do a random value which I put at exactly 2048 bytes later, which is flash words, which is 512 flash words later plus 1, but I could remove that. That was just a test. I have a value, so I want deliberately to play with 2 sectors at the time in this variable, and then I simply down here I create a boot count. If it's a clean flash, that will be FFFFFFF. We went through that in the last video, so do I set it to 1, otherwise I increase the boot count by 1. So every time you start this MCU, there will be a new boot count. I also basically put a random into that and write that random into that. Now, the main change as opposed to the last video is that I have created up here in the core, I have a flash storage header and I have a flash storage C. Now, if we look at the flash storage header, Basically, I define one function, which is the flash storage update. And flash storage update will take a target address in the flash to begin that update, and then it will take a pointer to the new data that needs to be written, and then a size of the data that needs to be written. And it declares that flash storage variable, which I used in the main to declare other. I also have a first sector, which basically take the flash storage address minus the beginning of the flash, which is 8000000. That gives us the flash first sector address. No, divided by the flash size. So the first sector, and then I have the page words, which is basically the flash page size divided by, in this case, 4. If we look at the flash storage C, it is pretty straightforward. First of all, I have a flash storage address, which I defined in my main H, depending on as a result of the linker script. And I can calculate a sector number based on any address in that range. And I can do a sector offset, which is how far into the sector are we actually creating, is how far into this page is our data located. So all we define here is one function, flash storage update, and it takes, as mentioned earlier, 3 parameters, the address to update, the new value to put there, and the length of that value. So what do we do in this function? Well, first of all, we calculate a sector number, which is using this method up here, this function up here. Then we have a word offset and a byte offset that we calculate into that page. Then we can calculate the page address start, pretty straightforward. We can make a temporary buffer for one page because we need to erase a page in order to write it. Pages are 2048 bytes long, 2 kilobyte, and I make a buffer D, which is essentially that size, and then I simply use memcopy to copy the entire flash contents into that buffer. Then I update the buffer with the new data, and then it is time to write that back to the flash. In order to do that, we unlock the flash, we erase the old whatever is there based on those values we have calculated. If it fails, I'll lock and I'll return and I won't continue. So it has to succeed on the erase. Then finally, I loop through that, the size of that buffer, and the hell flash program writes 8 bytes at the time, a double word, flash type program double word. So I need to iterate through that flash page size divided by 8. So I do it one double word at the time, and I calculate the address and the data to write, which is an offset into that the buffer, temporary buffer I have up here, and then I simply help flash program that value down and make sure it is okay. And I break if it fails at any given point. Finally, I lock the flash, and that is it. So let's see how this works. Let's try to run it. And as usual, I have a serial console running there. There you see, my boot count address is as I expected, and I erase that page and write a new one. And here we have the resulting values. So we have the 2 E is the number of time I have been booting this since I put this at that address. And let's try to run it again. I can do that. Where is this? I simply run the probe and it will, and we see now it's 2F, and if we do it, it should be 30. And it works. So the boot count is updated every time this device is booting, and the random value, something random is written in there in those 4 bytes. And now that is pretty much it. And contrary to the one I did last week, this is actually working. So I think I did some pointer calculation mistakes in the last video. Now, try this out. It should work. A final comment is, and this is important, is that this will not work very well on all MCUs. If you wanted to do this on an STM32F4, for example, F4 here, if you're losing the last sectors, you will need a 128 kilobyte buffer to do this, which will be so what you could do in this is you could do, if you do a bootloader in the first 2 sectors that jump up to this, then you could use these low bytes that could all be played in the linker script. It is entirely possible, but it is really not recommended. I would strongly advise to use an external flash for temporary storage. There are flash available I2C, which are pretty small, like 16 kilobyte that I'm using here, or you can use a W25QXX, which is it's 16 megabyte of flash storage. So there are plenty of ways you could do this, or you could do an SD card. I have made plenty of videos on SD card. It is entirely possible, but on the low end, L432, we have these small pages all the way. F103, which is pretty common, have 1 kilo all the way, which is also easy enough to use, and F030 got 1 kilo all the way. So it is possible on these, but keep in mind that the endurance of these flash trips are only guaranteed for 10,000 writes. So if you write often, you can wear this chip out in a couple of days or a day, depending on how often you write. So it is rarely recommended. I am probably going to do one more video on this topic. This was how you handle it manually. No, I forgot to mention one thing, and that is, it's not a bug, but it's a weakness. The flash storage update that will fail spectacularly if the data overlap the pages, so it has to be aligned within a page, otherwise it will not work. It would be entirely possible to update this flash storage update one, but I can't be bothered. I'll leave that as an exercise to you, but it needs to be aligned within a page for this to work, and that is about it. I don't think I want to say more about this. I'm probably going to make one more video on this and try to put a file system on this flash. So I have in the STM32 fun repository, I have the STM32 L432 flash, and I'll probably do an STM32 L432 flash little fs or something like that. Let's see about that. Comment in below if you would be interested in this. I would not normally use this, especially not for data that get updated regularly. I could use it. I have used this occasionally to generate like a random key and store that in memory once. And once it's there, it'll never get updated again. That's kind of acceptable use of this. I'm not sure one should update this regularly. So that's about all I want to say about this. I think that's the third time I said that. Sorry about that. But that's about it. As usual, have a wonderful rest of the day, and please do like and subscribe. Bye bye.